In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to create the individual drawings for your puzzle cube parts, or the detailed drawings to make up all of your puzzle cube assembly. So here, we made all the design edits as noted from the previous video. All the materials say they're made from maple, which is exactly what kind of material all these parts are from. And we've got our assembly drawing ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down here to the bottom left corner of my screen, and I'm going to click the plus sign to add a new drawing to our sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and click on base view, and in order to create our individual parts, I'm still going to be using, here is our assembled cube. I'm going to change the scale to a 1:1, which is what we want here. And I'm going to choose the front, and I want to make sure I'm on the visible and hidden edges, and I'm going to click to place the front view on the drawing. Now, you're going to notice here in your browser is we're referencing the puzzle cube assembly, and we've got green part, blue part, red, and yellow. So I'm going to uncheck, got these little toggles, and I'm going to uncheck all but the green part. And this is where we're just going to showcase on this drawing just the green part. I'm going to go ahead and click projected view. I'm going to go ahead and do the top view, right side view, and the isometric. Shade the isometric, just like how we've been doing. And now I can go ahead and start to dimension the drawing as I need. Okay. As per what we've learned, I'm going to go through and I'm going to place dimensions as needed. So here, on my width dimensions, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 width lines. So I'm going to subtract 1. I'm going to need 3, and I need to place the overall height. Or the overall width, excuse me, as well as the overall height and the overall depth. But width-wise, I do need some other dimensions here to go through and to make that happen. This is going to kind of run right through, so let me try just clicking from this corner to this corner, and I'll set one right here. And if I need, I can go through and hit escape and kind of drag these up so that way they're a little bit in line together. Makes it look a little neater. Under my document settings, let's look and see at the text height. So this looks a little small. Maybe we should change that to 0.24 and see what happens. That looks a little bit appropriate. So as we go along, and even then, I could probably boost the scale up a little bit. 2:1 may be a little bit too big. We'll see. So maybe I go through and do a 1.5:1 scale. And that looks like those fill the page just a little bit better. Not as much white space. And if we set those dimensions, that kind of helps make them look a little bit more appropriate. Alright, so here I got my 3 width dimensions. Let me put my height over here so I don't cross extension lines. But I'm going to go through and look at doing some height dimensions. So here I've got this one and this one. And then maybe I need this one to here. So I need 3 height dimensions for this because I count 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontal lines, subtract 1. For my depth, I need 1, 2, so I only need 1 depth dimension here. And as noted, if we got a drawing that doesn't have dimensions on it, or a view I should say, I can go ahead and I can get rid of that. But this will go through and finish out this view. So we've got all the dimensions necessary as noted by our dimensioning flowchart and guidelines. And then I can go ahead and when I'm ready for a new drawing, click the plus sign, add my next base view. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to we'll do the 1.5:1 scale, visible and hidden edges. Let me place the front view and I'll say OK. And from this one, let me collapse the document settings. I'm now going to go through and put just the blue part. Now the blue part looks like this, so maybe I want to go through and choose a better front view. So let me go ahead and pull this out. Maybe I go through and look at the right side, which is giving us the most amount of the part, and that's exactly what I want. So again, visible and hidden edges are checked. This one here is a fairly simple part. Let me project the front and the right, or the top and the right, and the isometric. And then now as I take a look at dimensions, I need a that's really all that I need. So I can go ahead and I'm just gonna keep these other views so that way it looks good. Actually, I do need a depth. So actually, I could go through and get rid of my top view again. So if you ever have views that don't have a dimension, you can always get rid of those. Okay, new drawing, base view. Again, I'm going to follow this exact same process. Let me change the scale up, visible and hidden edges. Let me place this view. Let me uncheck. Let me do the red part this time. So this is not a bad look for this part. So let me go ahead and project it. Shade the isometric. This one here has a little bit going on, a little bit more with some hidden edges and everything. So let me go ahead and take a look at dimensioning. The width on this one is going to look like this. The height, so this is one where the overall height could go here. And this is one where we may go through and need to go and put, like for example, this one down here toward the bottom and this one here to the left, which is not always the best case scenario. And then maybe I'll put the depth off of the top view here to show the 2.25. But these are all the dimensions we needed to make the part. Here, like for example, I would need the right side view, and that would give me my part there. Last drawing, again following the same procedure, doing visible and hidden edges, 1.5 to 1 scale, place, uncheck everything but the last part that I need, this one, project it, start placing my dimensions, again according to dimensioning guidelines and by the number of appropriate dimensions that I need. So between adjacent views, it's always the big one. Okay. So this would go through and require to have all 3 views on it since I put dimensions on there. Could I put the depth over here, got rid of the top view? Probably could have. So it just depends on the designer's preference. But right now we have all the drawings. So we have the assembly drawing. Looks like I am going to have to go through and edit the parts list because the text height got changed. And you kind of can edit this table by selecting the outline of it, choosing the little grips, and being able to edit some of the appearance of it. And again, we're going to try to place this. Let me move this view out of the way. Let me see if I can place this right there. Stretch point. Let me go up here just a little bit. There we go. It kind of snaps to the title block. And then we can kind of move the view here a little bit. It's the exploded view. Let me move my balloon down so it's not in the, there we go, border. And there we have our view repositioned. All right, so this will finish out again looking at the drawings for this. And what you would do here is this finishes up everything for the Puzzle Cube documentation, export to PDF, and then submit